everyone, I'm Kelly and this is my channel Kel's Stitches. This is a place where I talk about my addiction to cross stitch and everything that goes with it. Today is Monday, July 11, 2022 and this is Flosstube number 12. I would just like to thank all my subscribers, both new and old, for sticking around and coming back and watching me week after week. I seem to have stagnated at about 380 subscribers. I gain a couple and I lose a couple and then I gain a couple and then I lose a couple, so it sort of keeps going up and down around about that 380. But that's fine because 380 people that want to listen to me talk about my cross stitching is way more than I ever thought that I would get. So thank you for being here and for tuning in and watching me and listening to me ramble on. So I just want to give one shout out on this video, and that is to a brand new Flosstuber, Nicole. Her Flosstube channel is North Island Stitcher. I'll put it down along the screen here. I will also link her down in the description box down below. But yes, Nicole made her very first Flosstube last week and she done an amazing job. You wouldn't think that she was even nervous or anything like that. She done absolutely amazing and she has some brilliant projects on the go. She only showed a couple of the projects that she's currently working on and some of her finishes. She might have had a little bit of encouragement from Darren, Alara and myself to film her first Flosstube, and I am so proud and so happy that she jumped in and done it. So head on over to her channel and show her some love and subscribe to her. Once again, that is Nicole at North Island Stitcher. That's my shout out for this week. So last 2 weeks I didn't film a stitch with me last Monday, and the reason being is the Thursday before that I came down with a really bad flu. I did test myself and it was negative, and I took my first sick day in 4.5 years from work. So that just goes to show how sick I actually was. I was in bed for 2 or 3 days, just uncontrollable shivers and coughing my guts up, basically. And no, it doesn't sound pleasant, and it wasn't pleasant, trust me. And I am still, you can probably notice I am still a little bit snuffly in the nose. It's like a 1.5 weeks later now, and I am still trying to get over it. So by that Monday, there was still no way that I would have been able to get through 45 minutes to an hour long stitch with me without coughing or constant coughing fits every 5 minutes. So at least that's eased off. I do still get a coughing fit early in the morning and late at night when I go to bed, but it is getting better. And I did retest myself on the Sunday afternoon and it was negative, so it is only just a bad flu. So yes, that is why I didn't do my stitch with me. I was just gauging on how I was feeling this week, on whether I would actually film this one as well. And I don't feel too bad, so hopefully we can get through this one without me going into a coughing fit or needing to blow my nose. If I do, I will cut it out for you guys, trust me. Alright, so let's get straight into what you're here for, and that is to see my stitching. Okay, so the first one that I stitched on was my stocking, which is called Santa at the Door. It is a right-facing stocking, and it is by Artisy, and the artwork is by Hazel Bardon. Hazel Bardon. Sorry, I tried to read that back to front and my brain is just jumbled after the weekend at the moment. I'll tell you about that once I've finished showing all my cross-stitching and haul and everything like that. So this is the first one I worked on. I am using, this is one of my focus pieces for the moment, so I can try to get it done before November, so I can give it to my niece for her new baby for Christmas. And this is where I'm up to. I did have to move the Q snap, so that is where I'm up to. I've moved on to the next page over. I will put a picture of where it was before in here. And I worked on this for 3 days and I got 1,270 stitches into it. Stitching up pretty well, pretty quick, as all Artisy charts do. That's why I love them. They stitch up so nicely, so easily, quickly. That's that one. Put that in there. Okay. So the next one, by the time I'd finished stitching on it for 3 days, it was July 1st, and Fox and Rabbit released their July segment of their mystery sampler. So I concentrated on it. And this is what a whole piece looks like. And this is the section that was released. It was this section here. So I just used the same multicolored Silks for You, can't remember the exact number of it, that I got in one of my Colour of the Month club packs. Just used it to match with the other side, and I will be, there's 2 more boxes down below and I'll be using that for those as well. Now this is on 16 count hand dyed Aida that I dyed myself. Started with a light grey, and then I over dyed with a dark grey to get the mottling effect. So that is that one. I stitched on it for 1 day and got 1,100 stitches. Oops, I shouldn't have done that. I got 1,100 stitches into it. The next one that I started to work on is this one, The Fox by Cottage Garden Samplings. Of course, this is all over Flosstube, Instagram, everything at the moment. Seems to be one of those things that most cross stitchers are jumping on board with. And I can understand why. They just stitching the fox, it looks really, really cute. So I can't wait to keep going on with the rest of them. But this is where I am up to now. Just move that across there so you can see. Alright, that is where I'm up to. So I've got the fox's head done. He does look like a bit of an alien at the moment with just a bit of a floating head. But he'll be fine. Oh, we'll get around to stitching the rest of his body. I stitched on this for 2 days and I've done 1,200 stitches into it. Now I am in a stitch along on Instagram with this. The hashtag is hashtag Year in the Woods, SH Sal. SH stands for Southern Hemisphere, and that is because we are currently in our second month of winter down here. So if anyone wants to jump in, you don't have to be in the Southern Hemisphere to join in on this sale. If you want to jump in and start stitching on these guys with us, get onto Instagram and just message Mel Rouvray and she will put you in on our chat group. Okay, so then I moved on to Not All Who Wander Are Lost, and this is this one. It is from an Etsy seller. 2x2 Stitch Art is her shop name. She has some lovely, lovely, lovely patterns. I got blamed by Alara for encouraging or enabling her spending all her money in her shop the other week. Cheers, Alara. Glad I could help. Anyway, so this is the next one that I started on, or that I worked on, and this is where I have got to. I am not doing the words in the white as it was suggested or as it was charted. I'm doing it in, I think it's 3721. Just so, because the other two that came with this one, they have this colour in the mountains. So I just wanted to tie them in together a little bit. So that is that one. I stitched on it for 2 days and I got 1,700 stitches into it. This is stitching up really quick now because I don't even have to look at the pattern. I just stitch and then I get on to PK, or Pattern Keeper I should say. I get on to Pattern Keeper and just go and mark everything off at the end of the night, so I know how many stitches I've done for that day. Unless I am stitching for a challenge or something in one of my games, my stitchy games on Facebook, which I will tell you about after I show you my stitching. The next one that I moved onto and worked on is Sensus by Long Dog Samplers. Now I am working up in this section currently on it. So that's that one. And this is where I am at. I am using Silks for You, a teal and a blue, teal and a blue, teal and a purple. Their numbers are, the teal is PR147 and the purple is PR001. So I think last time it was down here somewhere, so I've got all that stitched. And I worked on this for 2 days and I got 1,220 stitches into it. And that is being stitched on just 18 count white Aida. I think I forgot to tell you what the Year in the Woods is being stitched on. It is an 18 count hand dyed Aida that I dyed myself using a cocoa brown with just a touch of tangerine orange in the dye. And Not All Who Wander is on a 16. I'm pretty sure it's a 16 count. Okay, and the last one that I've worked on is my Bengal Tigers 2. So last time we seen it, I'd finished off over here in this section with the moon and everything. I have now moved my Q-snap down, down to this section here. Q-snap hoop, I should say. This one is not in a Q-snap. And this is where I have got up to with it. I stitched on this for 2 days and I got 1,040 stitches on it. I am colour completing by page from as close as I can figure it out, least amount of stitches, moving right up to most amount of stitches. So last video I showed you the whole thing because I was finished the page, and I'll put a photo of it up. But yes, that is where I am up to with this one. And that is all that I stitched on for this fortnight. Only thing I didn't do was add up my total stitches for the fortnight. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Okay, so I managed to get 7,530 stitches in for the fortnight. And I did only stitch for 12 days out of that 14. No, might have been 11 days out of that 14 because I didn't stitch on the Monday that I filmed, and I didn't stitch Saturday and Sunday just gone, which I will tell you the reason for that here in a second. I did get a little bit of haul in over the last fortnight. My Silks for You summer pack came in. Now in this one, this is a Biscornu pattern. And these are the 6 colours that came in it to represent summer. Let's see, we have WCM002. It is a green variegated. Then we have PR095. It's got lime green, teal, purple, a little bit of yellow, those sort of colours in it. Then we've got PR103. This one is a blue, and it has a little bit of green and purples through it, teals, dark blues, purpley greys, all those sort of colours through it. This one is PR125. This one's got orange, greens, teals, dark orange, a little bit of purples. So all very summery colours. Then we have WCM003. It is I think it's a purple, but it is actually showing up blue on the camera for some reason. But it is a variegated purple. It's not hugely variegated. It is it's very lightly variegated, that one. And the last one in it was WCM001, and it is a blue variegated. And once again, it is not hugely variegated. It just goes from light gradually up to sort of a medium blue, I would be guessing. But yes, that is the summer pack from Silks for You. And then I got my Colour of the Month club in from Silks for You, which is the 4 15-metre little skeins. That is all of them there together. This is the June Colour of the Month. This one is PR 158. Now it's a darker, more jacaranda. Oh, jacaranda? No, it's even darker than jacarandas. It's a darker purple with a very, very slight variegation in it. And we have PR 184. This actually would probably look really good in a Halloween pattern, I would be thinking, but I'm not a big Halloween pattern type of person. Oh, well, I haven't actually found one that asks me or calls to me to stitch it yet. So yeah, this one has like orange, green, black, purple, all those Halloween-y colours in it. We have PR 180, which is another variegated, all different shades, another green, orange, yeah, green and oranges this one is, all goes from lights through to your darker colourings. And the last one is PR 183. This is a green. It is showing up more blue on the camera for some reason. But yeah, that has a very, very slight variegation to it. So that is those ones. And then on our Instagram chat group for the Year in the Woods sale, we were discussing how hard it is to get Gentle Arts Sampler Grecian Gold. I am still waiting for my back order of it with JKs that I placed back in April. It is virtually impossible to get. And I think it was Liz from Stitched by Liz. She mentioned the Cruel Goblin in Sydney, that they had it. I jumped on and ordered it. On their website it was saying that they had it in stock, and then the next day I got an email saying, sorry, we don't have Grecian Gold in stock. We can either refund your money or replace it with another over-dyed floss that is close or pretty much the same as Grecian Gold. So I just went, look, yep, do that. Just replace it. Because if not, if I don't have Grecian Gold by the time I get to stitching the swans, I was just going to use the DMC conversion. So the Cruel Goblin sent me up Classic Colourworks Autumn Spice, it is called. So apparently that is a pretty good match for Grecian Gold. I wouldn't know because I've never seen Grecian Gold in person, so hopefully that is going to work. And with it, they sent, as a little thank you, they sent a little cross stitch, just a little free cross stitch that says mind your stitches, and it has ABC down the bottom, 1, 2, 3 down the side, and a little black cat. So just quickly, yep. So that is what they sent me, and that is all my haul for this fortnight. You watch, I'll get to, knowing my luck, I will get to stitching the swans, and I will have the swans stitched with I'll have all of the Grecian gold stitched in the swans, and then it will come through for me. That's just my luck. So I didn't stitch Saturday and Sunday this week because Hell Week at work has started. And by Hell Week, I mean the July Racing Carnival. And it actually goes for longer than a week, but our main days, we had races yesterday on Sunday. Then we've got our two major cup race days on Wednesday and Thursday this week. So on Sunday, we fed, I think there was about 600 people down one end of the track, and then up the other end of the track at the VIP, there was another 100 and 150 people, something like that we fed. It has been, on Saturday, I think it was a 14-hour shift. I lost count of how many runs that I'd done to the track from work, backwards and forwards, just carting all of the prepped food and everything out to the cool rooms, because we're just working out of marquees out of there. We don't have professional kitchens to work from out there. So think of a big marquee with a wooden floor in it, and you just have big ass spit roast ovens and barbecues and portable ovens, portable fryers, everything like that. It's definitely a show, and we generally have it down pat because we've done it for years. So yeah, I done a 14-hour day on Saturday. By the time I got home at 8 o'clock, had a shower, all I wanted to do was fall into bed because I knew that Sunday was going to be a huge day. So I was back at work at 6:30, more trips backwards and forwards from work to the track. We had to be out at the track. The whole staff had to be out at the track by 11 o'clock at the latest, so we could start serving the first lot of canapes and finger food by 11 o'clock. No, by 12 o'clock, sorry. So we had to be there at 11 and start serving at 12. The VIP end went fine because we had it down pat. We knew what we were doing. We were done by the jump of the last race. Not long after the last race, which was at 4:30. So we all headed down the other end of the track to see what they were doing down there, and they were still putting out food. And then it was the cleanup and everything like that. So it was another 14-hour day for me yesterday. By the time I got home at 8 o'clock, had a shower, I just fell into bed. I was exhausted. And we have the joy of doing it all again on Wednesday and Thursday. And then Friday, we have the joy of carting all of our shit from the track back to work. It's ridiculous. So that is why it's called Hell Week, and that is why I did not stitch on the Saturday and the Sunday this week. But I do plan, I probably won't be able to stitch on the Wednesday and the Thursday, not if previous years are anything to go by. And the worst thing was, Friday morning, one of my colleagues rang up and told us that she had tested positive to COVID. So not only were we flat strap busy, but we were now down by a staff member and a senior staff member. So yeah, but we got through it. Let's see what I'm like by the end of the week. I could be a gibbering mess. Absolute gibbering mess. So yeah, I probably won't stitch on Wednesday or Thursday. But I will try to do a stitch with me next Monday, which will be the 18th. Don't hold me to it. I may not get to it, but I'm hoping that I can. I have bought a new bracket that sits on that connects to my bookshelf and comes over in front of me and comes down. Hopefully I can get it into position that you can actually see my stitching. I did attempt to try it a couple of times and my fat head was in the road, so I have to sort of move it around a little bit to see the right position. But yes, I will try to get a stitch with me done on the 18th. And then my next update will be Monday the 25th. So that is when I will see you all next, is Monday the 25th. So I'm going to leave it as that, guys. I think I have discussed everything. Was there anything that I was going to discuss that I said earlier and I haven't got to? Or I forgot? My mind is such a jumbled mess at the moment that I really can't remember. No, if I forgot, I forgot. Sorry, guys. So yes, thank you very much for tuning in and getting this far. If you only looked at my stitching, well, you've probably left by now, so that's fine. But yes, thank you for tuning in and watching right to the end. I appreciate all of you guys so much. If you jump on over to North Island Stitcher and give her a hello, show her a bit of love, subscribe to her, that would be awesome. That is it. Enjoy the rest of your week. Hope you get some great stitchy time in. And I will see you all next time. Bye.